In a land of danger, chaos, and untamed beasts, deep within its wild heart lies the key to unimaginable power. To forge the ultimate dinosaur, I must collect 8 trophies, one of each body part and only the strongest that I can find. Each one a piece of the puzzle, a sacrifice to something far greater. I needed Rex arms, Therizinosaurus claws, Brachiosaurus vertebrae, Sarcosuchus skin, Uteranus lungs, Argentavis talons, Allosaurus brains, and the heart of a Giganotosaurus. This isn't hunting for survival anymore. This is a hunt for creation, a quest to bring to life a monster unlike anything the ARK has ever seen. The journey begins. On open waters, the island looms ahead, quiet, maybe too quiet, and the sun already retreating behind the cliffs. Wading through the bushes, the air thickened the deeper I went. Each shadow could be my end. And then a Rex lurked nearby, massive, but for now, I'd hoped to brush past and find higher ground. But in doing so, it caught my scent, not only charging directly towards me, but alerting their mate as I was now the prey of these 2 giants. After a long run and many close calls, they spotted larger prey and somehow I had evaded them, and so I continued on through the forest, searching for my first trophy. But that is when I saw her, the lone Rex, and so I readied my rifle and our first fight had begun. By the skin of my teeth, the beast had been felled, and taking down one of the giants this early meant that we had started off so well, as I claimed our first parts to the ultimate creature, the Rex arms. After a short rest, it was time to head out again, down towards the river to collect some water. But before I could make it, a pack of raptors began calling, attempting to sneak up on me. As the rest of the island was silent, I was able to hear them coming. And further along, I spied the water. However, guarding it was another dinosaur from my list, the mighty herbivore, the Therizinosaurus. And with that, my finger lay on the trigger. Another apex lay beneath me as the claws were now obtained, but it was now time to make my way to the swamp as daylight approached. But as I sat upon a rock just shy of my target, I saw for once that these weren't all creatures of destruction, but something of beauty and tranquility. Sadly though, my mission was still ongoing, and returning home empty-handed was not an option if I wanted to get out of this line of work. And so I pressed on, fending off the Lophosauruses and terror birds, until I came across the Sarcosuchus, which, thanks to its short, stumpy legs, was easy to get away from and shoot from a distance. Soon after, I was cutting off their skin and storing that. Next up though, I headed towards the mountains, looking to get into colder areas, but entering a dense jungle once again had me fending off more raptors, with another close call and causing me to watch my back. Which was hard to do with these stunning scenes showing the light coming through the trees. Eventually though, I stumbled onto the snow, and next on my checklist was the Yutyrannus, known for living alongside the Carnotaurus, making this all the more difficult, but upon spying one, another battle had begun. With both carnivores down, I claimed the lungs of the Yutyrannus, but quickly spotted an Argentavis. However, a pack of direwolves feasted on my prize. With the feet being tampered with, I would have to find another Argentavis, but luckily, these weren't too hard to find, and so I lured them in, took them out and collected their talons. I now just had 3 more trophies to collect. However, I knew the Giga was going to be impossible to take out alone, but for now, the Allosaurus and Brachiosaur were still to go, and with that, I headed for the mountain. Arriving there, I came across an Allo that appeared to be struggling with the Morphodons, but knowing they could ruin the brain by eating it, I focused my fire on those first, dropping them before aiming at the Allosaurus. With its brain now collected, I had 2 more left to take on and harvest. However, these would be the hardest of the lot. But as night fell, I began to walk over the hill. Spying the Giganotosaurus, I knew I had to devise a plan, but in the meantime, I needed to get away. But as I did, I locked eyes with a Brachiosaurus, and with that, the plan was set in motion. I took a shot at the Giga, sprinting back, hoping that it would chase, in the hopes of getting it to fight with the Brachie. And to my surprise, the plan worked, and so we began to take it on together. With the Giganotosaurus down, we now had to turn on the Brachii. With the vertebrae and heart now collected, all that was left to do was sprint, make it to the shore and sail away in order to deliver the assets. And so I ran. Approaching the shore though, I spied a pack of raptors surrounding my boat, and with that I began to fire. With the raptors down and me having a clear line of sight of my ship, I swam across until eventually getting on board and sailing back off home. But what they were cooking up, I did not expect, and what I saw, I was unsure if I had made the right move, and so I disappeared into the shadows.